Jungle.
Good afternoon, viewers. This is Flip TV News. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide. First, the top stories. Now to the news in details. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has released more old notes into the Central Bank of Nigeria has released more old notes into the money banks as the Apex Bank steps up efforts to flood the economy with more cash after a prolonged cash crunch that has made life difficult for millions of Nigerians. The CBN on Thursday began the release of billions of naira to DMBs. Bank officials said the CBN again released several billions of naira to lenders on Friday. Several branches of banks opened over the weekend and dispensed cash to their customers via the automated teller machines and over the counter. Some of the banks had sent out emails to their customers notifying them that they would be open over the weekend for banking operations as ordered by the Apex Bank. Visit to banks branches in Lagos, Abuja, Ogun, and other states revealed that most banks complied with the order of the CBN and attended to customers both in the banking hall and dispensed cash via ATM. Most of the bank branches along the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway and Gbagada area of Lagos opened on Saturday and Sunday and subsequently dispensing cash to their customers. Osun State Governor Senator Ademola Adeleke has said his predecessor Adegboyega Oyetola had the right to approach the Supreme Court if he wishes to contest the appellate court ruling. The Court of Appeal in Abuja on Friday affirmed the election of Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) as the governor of the state. A three-member panel of the appellate court, led by Mohammed Shuaibu, unanimously overturned the earlier decision of the Election Petition Tribunal, which nullified the governor's victory in January. Oyetola, however, in a statement by his media aide, Ismail Omikpidon, said there is solid ground to seek further redress at the Apex Court. Former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode has expressed the belief that ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo might not be a Yoruba man. Fani-Kayode said Obasanjo's silence over a recent comment by Igbo businessman Emmanuel Iwayan that Yoruba people are political rascals was an indication that the former president's father was an Igbo man, not Yoruba. Iwayan said Igbo people had invested so much in Nigeria and were not going to yield to the pressure of people asking them to leave. Speaking in Oka, Anambra State on Saturday, Iwayan berated Yoruba people. However, Fani-Kayode said he was disappointed that Obasanjo was silent over Iwayan's anti-Yoruba comment. Following the outcome of the presidential election, there was a face-off between Yorubas and Igbos in Lagos State. The fallout was due to victory of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi in Lagos State. Against the backdrop of Obi's victory, Igbos were warned against voting during the governorship election in the state. The governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has criticized the People's Democratic Party's president Atiku Abubakar over the party's failure to zone his presidential ticket to the south. Wike has been unequivocal in his opposition to Senator Iyorchia Ayu remaining in office as the PDP chairman amid Atiku candidacy, both men being northerners. Speaking during a live appearance, Wike reacted to a quote attributed to the PDP presidential candidate, saying he would step down if the party was zoned to a specific region. Dismissing such a position as insincere, the Rivers State governor argued that the party, led by Ayu, had made zoning impossible. According to the governor, the presidential race was thrown open to all members of the party regardless of their geopolitical zone, antithetical to the party's philosophy. Addressing the role of his ally, Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State, in a debacle, Wike argued that despite having been appointed to lead the zoning committee set up by the PDP National Working Committee, he had no say in the matter. The Nasarawa State Police Commission has banned all forms of protest throughout the state. Police spokesperson in the state, DSP Rahman Nansel, said the decision was taken to prevent the breakdown of law and order to sustain the peace currently being enjoyed. He also claimed that an intelligence report on security in the state revealed that it can no longer sustain any form of protest in the state. The police advised parents and guardians to ensure their children and ward do not violate this order, as anyone caught shall be arrested and prosecuted accordingly. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, Femi Falana, has stated that votes cast in all parts of Nigeria are equal, as Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, has been interpreted in the Constitution to be the 37th state of the country. Following the electoral disputes brought by the opposition over INEC's declaration of APC's Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect despite not getting 25% of vote in the FCT, Falana says that Section 134 of the 1999 Constitution already makes the status of Abuja clear. Section 134 subsection 1b of the 1999 Constitution states that the winner of a presidential election must not have less than 1/4 of the vote cast at the election in each of at least 2/3 of all the states in the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party have filed petitions at the Presidential Election Tribunal challenging Tinubu's declaration as the winner of the 2023 presidential election. Atiku and Obi were placed second and third respectively by INEC. On the foreign scene, US Vice President Kamala Harris will on Monday announce a $139 million package for Ghana for next year as she begins a week-long trip to Africa, part of Washington's drive to counter growing Chinese and Russian influence on the continent. China has invested heavily in Africa in the last 2 decades, particularly in infrastructure, mining, timber and fishing, while Russian private military contractor Wagner Group is providing security assistance in several countries. Harris' trip, which includes visits to Tanzania and Zambia, is the latest in a series of tours by senior U.S. government figures as Washington seeks to improve ties with the continent. Earlier this month, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken visited Ethiopia and Niger, where he announced a $150 million in humanitarian aid for Africa's Sahel region. On Monday, Harris will meet Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo in Accra and announce a $100 million package to support conflict prevention and stabilization efforts in Benin, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Guinea, and Togo. Ghana defaulted on most of its $29 billion external debt last year as interest payment and inflation soared, and it still needs to negotiate a resolution with its private international bondholders and bilateral creditors. In sports, there is an indication that the Nigeria Football Federation may be forced to terminate the contract of Super Eagles head coach Jose Pereiro if the team loses again to Guinea-Bissau in the second leg of their AFCON 2023 qualifying Group A match in Bissau. Nigeria's football house in Abuja revealed that the NFF bigwigs were aggrieved by the Super Eagles' defeat to Guinea-Bissau in Abuja on Friday, that they already met and later directed Peseiro to beat the G2s in the return leg or face the repercussion which may see him being fired. The Eagles under Peseiro have lost their last 4 matches against Algeria, Mexico, Costa Rica, and Guinea-Bissau. They are scheduled to clash with Guinea-Bissau in the reverse fixture today, Monday, March 27, at the Estadio 24 de Setembro in Bissau. Meanwhile, the NFF is reportedly owing the Portuguese coach Peseiro about 10 months' salary. When asked at a recent press conference to confirm if he was owed that much, the Super Eagles coach declined to discuss his salary in the public. Yeah, we've come to the end of the news today. Thank you all for watching us. You can do well to like, share and subscribe to Flip TV for more news updates. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide. Bye for now.
Go.